Google Hangouts work seamlessly within Google+. You can easily bring up comments and engage with your audience within Google+ event pages. Many people have asked me recently how you can integrate Google Hangouts within other social media platforms like Facebook or Twitter. And so within this video, I'm going to show you how you can use Google Hangouts within Twitter to engage with your audience on Twitter much more easily and effectively. So you can pull up comments, you can interact, and you can allow them to truly engage with you live on air. Before I do that, what I would say is the most important thing to consider is your lower third. I mean, my lower third here, I've got my name, I've got my business name, and I've got my tagline, how I can help people within their business. Now, what I'm also missing there is a hashtag to prompt people to comment and engage with the actual live event. So what I've done is I've created another overlay which brings up Twitter as well. So as you can see at the top there, it's got the hashtag BAOVLive, which prompts people to engage with the event live on Twitter. So as soon as they use that hashtag, that will be shown within the Google Hangout. You can bring it up like you would a comment within a Google+ event page, and you can interact with your audience who are trying to interact with you within Twitter. So let me show you now how you can set that up for yourself so that you can interact with your audience on Twitter itself. Bear with me a moment, I'm just going to share my screen. Okay, so you will need to first of all obviously go to Twitter to set up your tracking so that you can track a hashtag within Twitter. Once you're on Twitter, you've got a cog at the top right hand corner which allows you to access your settings. You click on that and then you click on your settings button just there, and it brings up your settings and configuration for Twitter. And if you go into widgets, which is the bottom option there, you've got, well, here you can see many hashtags that I've already tracked within Twitter, and I can use any of these hashtags now within my Google Hangout should I want to track any of these hashtags within my Hangout itself. But what we're going to do is we're going to track a new hashtag and I'm going to track sustainable change, as many people have been talking about sustainable change recently, whether it be on Google+ or Twitter. So I know it's an active hashtag at the moment that I can show you how it works and how it functions and how you can bring up those comments so that you can interact with your audience through Twitter. So you've got a few options here. You've got user timeline, you've got favorites, you've got list, and you've got search. Now the only option you need to configure is search. So if you click on that option there, then you put in your search query. So this is where you put in your hashtag, so sustainable change. So as you can see now, it's got all of the hashtags, well, all of the tweets from people who have used that hashtag. So you can now set up the configuration within the Google Hangout. But before you do that, you need to check a few options. Make sure to unselect only show top tweets so that it brings up all of the comments. And there is also a safe search mode which you can enable or disable. It prevents comments from sensitive information, sensitive content, or profanity. So I think it's a good thing to do. Make sure you've got safe search mode enabled so you don't get those not so good comments popping up in your event page. So now we'll create the event, create the widget itself. And now that that's created, it's created a URL for that widget as well. So you need to copy that URL into the Hangout window and into the comment tracker. But what you first of all need to do, I would say, remove everything after the word edit, because you won't need the rest of that information. And this is the URL that you can use each and every time. So let's say you are setting up a hashtag for all of your events. For example, the one I used was BAOV Live, Become Authentic on Video Live. What I can do is copy this, and I can save it into a Word document so that I can use it later, and more so that I don't have to come back into Twitter and go through all these settings each and every time. So I copy it into a Word document and you can use it over and over again. But let's copy this URL now so that we can bring it into the actual Google Hangout itself. So let's pop back there. Okay, so now we're in the Hangout window. I'm now going to open up Comment Tracker, and here you can access all your sources. So this is where you put all of your sources for comments. So if you paste in that URL from Twitter and you add that to your sources, it will then appear in your stream. So you have all these tweets now that you can, by using the eyeball, you can show on the screen itself, so that you're making sure that they do pop up. And what I do is I'll show you how it works now as well. I'll just quickly show you how that works. So we're going to bring up a tweet, and I'm going to unshare my screen so you can see that tweet. And as you can see, it's got the profile of the person whose comment it is. It's got the profile name of who it is, and it's obviously got the comment itself. So straight away you can engage with that viewer within the Hangout. So I think that's a really good thing to do. Now, one thing to think about when using this system for tracking comments is that sometimes it can take some time for your comments to come through to the actual Google Hangout itself. So that's one thing that you need to consider. It can take up to 30 seconds. But I would say, always say at the beginning of a Hangout, always mention to people to use the hashtag. So please use the hashtag Become Authentic on Video Live to engage with the Hangout Live and ask any questions you may have. That will prompt people and have people engaging with you throughout the Hangout itself. So I do hope you found this to be useful today, and you can start thinking about how you can use hashtags on Twitter to engage with your Twitter audience as well as your Google Plus audience. If you do have any questions yourself, please post them in the comments below, and I look forward to answering any questions you may have. Thanks for listening today, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye for now.